tell you that thing is just going to be death. Actually, I'm going to turn this over first, then I'll turn it back. I want to see a little bit what I'm doing. And then I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it upside down because last time I found it worked better if I blew that way rather than this way. We're going to do fairly low. I have to do something like this, I think. Not that this will ever going to show on there, but let's try it. Get plenty of this on there. Maybe just a couple little spots up there, not a lot. Hang on a sec here. Oh, nice. Just something from my son. We've been chatting. Oh, hey, Humor. Put a little bit of this in here too. Since he likes green, I want to make this, I think, a little bit predominantly green. As they tend, the northern lights tend to be anyway. That's one reason why I thought of doing it. All right, now then up here, I think I wanted some of these down in here. Ah, this is that one. I might have to fix that nozzle. Yeah, let's fix the nozzle. Oh, I'm doing a commission painting. And it's going to be the Northern Lights, a seascape of the Northern Lights with a Viking boat in it. This is the real one, but I did 4 other ones testing ways of doing it, and I came up with one yesterday I like. So I'm going to do something similar now on the bigger canvas. So right now I'm just laying the colors out. I thought I cleared that. You guys saw me. I just cleared that with that stick. It didn't seem to take. Let's try it again. Oh, yeah. Oh, I see. Yeah. It was a little buried a little deeper down there. There we go. There's that little bit of dried paint. Welcome to Off-Brand. I see you're the first time chat. Oh, my profile picture? I think it's a little piece of a painting I did of a girl and the butterflies are coming up. So she's sitting and the butterflies are coming up. I think is what that is. I don't see it when I'm streaming, so I'm not sure. Humor can maybe help me out there. Well, boy, suddenly that cleared and a whole bunch came out. So yay! Put a little bit down here too. I'm going to go a little lighter on the pinks, a little heavier on the greens. Get some violet in here too. Violet. Get some violet around the edges here. And some up in here. A little bit down in there. And we'll get some purple way up here. Probably as much purple as blue up here. I get some actual blues in there as well. Although, you know, now that I did this that low, I just remembered I was going to do a little higher and have a beach in there. Oh well, we'll see how it blows out. You never know with pour painting what it's going to end up with anyway. Oop, there we go. I probably should clear this nozzle too. It's probably got something in there it shouldn't have. Yeah, let's just take a minute and clear that too. Just get that little bit of paint in there that gets dried, and then you can't get any good flow out of there. Okay, let's try that now. Oh, much better. Much better now. All the way up there. Right now, I'd like some blue at the top. And be careful with your blue, though. This would be a little bit overpowering, or it can be. Just kind of dot it here and there. down there. Down here towards the bottom, we'll maybe get a little bit more blue. Let's come in with the white. There we go. Looks like I lost a cap off something. Okay, who doesn't have a cap on? Who do we know who doesn't have a cap on? It's not the green. Ah, it was the blue. There we go. Alright, let's come in here with this white. Get more of the white down in here. Oh. Generous supply of white. Then I might smush this around a little bit and fill in the holes so the blower doesn't have quite as hard a time as it might otherwise. Well, come on up there too with a little bit of that white. I want that top to stay nice and dark though. Although I just remembered I was going to do a white layer underneath. I get so excited I forget what I'm doing. Oh, I don't know you, Mert. Like I said, I can't see it from where I am. I thought it was the one I did of the girl with the butterflies. Was the one I was using as my profile pic. Like I said, I can't see it from here. Can't get there from here. Mix that white in there. Mix that white in there too. So I'm just going to try and fill in the gaps, because sometimes if you go to use the hair dryer for the Dutch pour, it'll just get stuck if you have any gaps in the paint. It's like it can't roll over the gaps. It gets stuck on the tooth of the canvas. So I like to just make sure everything's spread in there without mixing it up too much, because I want the blower to do most of the mixing. Nice and quiet today. Since it's Monday, my neighbor isn't out with his chainsaw again, so that's nice. So that's a nice change. Excuse me. Didn't see, I did make it out early for my walk this morning. I just didn't see a whole lot of wildlife. I saw a bunch of quail though, and a deer. But not much else. No beaver or otters today. Heard the hawk, didn't see him today. Saw him yesterday. In case anyone's keeping track of my wildlife sightings, that's where we're at. Let's get this here. Up there. That looks pretty well filled in. That looks pretty filled in too. All right, we're going to turn ourselves around here. This canvas is slightly bigger than the tray it's on, which is another reason why I don't usually do this big a size in the pour painting. It has the potential for making a little bit more of a mess. For our first-time viewer, those thuds you hear are acorns falling from the oak trees that are all around my studio that fall this time of year. And yes, one did hit me on the head just this morning. It didn't hurt as bad as I thought it was going to, based on how loud those thuds are. So, you know, there was that. I thought it would be worse. Let's get this all up in here. And this all up in here, but I really want to end up with a dark area at the top here. I didn't have that on the last one, and I really do want to end up that way. Hopefully this won't end too much of a mess doing it. Because what happens is with the blower, the excess paint is going to blow right off the edge there. Alright, well, I think that's probably all we're going to need to do there. And we'll get out that hair dryer and see what we got, huh? Well, here goes nothing. overwork it or those colors are turned back. Oh, there's a spot that's going to. Remember what I was telling you about if the canvas was too dry, it wouldn't roll over? Got a spot right here. Here we go. Right now, I'm going to go ahead and hit this with the air bubble thingy this time. Oops. Try not to separate everything. Not a lot. I wish I would have remembered to put some white underneath there. Alright, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to tilt it this way so that those come up kind of vertically. This is what we did before and it seemed pretty effective, so we're going to do it again. See what happens. Still got a little more feathering up there. I wonder if I should hit it with the blow dryer again. I'm going to try a little bit near the top. Kind of like this bottom just the way it is. I'm kind of liking that. I lost a little of the dark on top I was going for, but other than that, I kind of like it. I'm going to bring it down a little bit more. Sorry you can't see this so much with me doing this. I'm just going to come up and down a little bit. Okay, like I said, I don't want to overwork it because all the colors will just muddy right up there. That one thin spot is still thin, so I'm just blowing some paint on top of it. See if we can get a little more green in there. Okay, that's looking pretty good. What I want to do is get more of a beach down here. I think I can still do that. I don't want to lose all this green though in the ocean. Although that would be okay. Oh, poor Min. I think one of those things hit him. Did you need more hazelnut, sweetie? Huh? I'll give you a couple more. I'll give you a couple more. A little squirrel that comes to the door and asks for hazelnuts. It's adorable. All right, so I'm gonna try and tilt this a little more up. Oop, down there. I'm gonna do it too much, but let's see if we can raise that green a little bit. Let's see what we got. All right, let's leave well enough alone. The one lesson that I never learned is leave well enough alone. But let's do it this time. Okay, so I think I'm going to try and fill in a little bit of this with the ocean and that. I was debating on not even trying it and doing it later. But let's go ahead. This time, though, I want to get more color down in the beach. So I do want to try to keep a little bit of a beach down in here. So let's do that first. That thing's just going to be the death of me. Those things crashing into there. Oh, they drive me mad, I tell you. Mad, you guys. Okay, let's try and get over in here. What I'm going to want is a little bit of a line. I think I might do the line more in purple. We'll do a little bit more purple in this one and less indigo. I'm going to try to see if we can do like what would be the line of this sort of along where it's petered out anyway. That gives it kind of a natural curve to maybe have that be the beach line there. You don't need a whole lot of ocean, so that's good. I'll get a little more green in there. Probably could put a little more dark in there. Can add some to it though. But you know, sometimes when you've got the light hitting the, even at night, you've got the beach has that real bright sand because the light's hitting the beach. That's kind of what I want to portray here. A little bit down here, maybe near the bottom. Maybe a little black near the bottom wouldn't hurt anything. A little bit, especially on these edges here. A little bit more. I want it nice and bright near the top there. That's why I put that there, but I think it should be up a little more. So I want this to be the bright part of this reflection coming down. So that's why I moved that up. Let's just move some of this paint up closer to the top here. A little bit more beach than we were thinking of. Okay. Good there. Maybe just a touch of black down here. Yeah, as far as I know, I don't have a concussion. Actually, it hit kind of the side of my head. But like I said, it didn't hurt as much as I'd been fearing it would should that ever happen. Okay, where did we put that purple? Do we still have air bubbles in there? I think it's okay. There's a little bit of something right there. It looks a little odd. It might be an air bubble, but I want to make sure. Nope, it was a piece of something. Probably crud. Crud from one of the nozzles. Get those out of there. Okay. I don't think we have any more air bubbles. I'll go ahead and hit it one more time. Oh, we have a few. The thing about this and the air bubbles is a lot of times, which I did, you get those little white spots, but in this case they just look like stars. So, okay. Yes, it is. This is the bigger one down. As you see, it doesn't quite fit on my thing. But it's holding its own. Not too bad. Where's that purple now? I set it down somewhere. That's not it. That's the black. Okay. Oh, there. It was hiding behind the white. There it is. Oh, shoot. Did not mean for that to just glob out there like that. That was weird. Weird and otherworldly. Get maybe a little bit of that pink in there. Okay. And I think we can probably go ahead and shimmy this thing down a bit, or pull it, probably just pull it straight down is what we're going to do with that. I don't get too much dark in there once we got the light. Pour it off there, I might be able to reuse that later. Oops. This is spot. Spot up there. It's kind of our glistening sort of beach. And we should be able to add the foam in there. Let's get a smaller thing of white. The trouble with this big canvas is now I don't have any place to put paint. I'll put it over here in this lid. Oh, there's a air bubble. Darn it. Stop it. Stop it. Oh, shoot, look at that. That was a huge air bubble. The big old thing in its wake. That one did too. Okay, any other air bubbles we need to get out of here? There's no air bubbles, but there's no paint there. If you pop them, you can move the paint back around them. But if they dry, if they pop while it's drying, then you get like a little pit. A bottomless pit in your painting. Okay, there we go. Let's go ahead and add the foam in there. Let's put that copper in. I want to do that. All right, I'm just going to follow along this line in between these two things and just layer some white on there for foam. Don't want it to go in a straight line, so we'll just bring it up and make it match this thing. And we'll try and get some ocean in there too, just by moving those colors around a bit. Might add some dark in there too. Okay. First I'm going to go ahead and get that smaller blower. See if we can blow that foam just a tiny bit. This little lady's not cooperating with me. I don't know what it feels. I didn't get the white, darn it. I do need the straw. I didn't mind that, but it didn't do exactly what I wanted it to. I thought I'd do better than if I used the straw, but I did not. So let me get the straw back out here and get a little more of that foam in there. It's actually not bad what it did, but I'd like to get a little more, although I might be able to just do it this way. Oh, wow, it says I have to blow on it. There are a few laws in pour painting. And every now and then people accuse me of breaking them. The unwritten laws of pour painting. You guys know me, I'm just a rebel at heart. Can't resist pushing those boundaries. I kind of like the way that did that. I want it to make a little more sense. Okay. It's not too bad. We'll have to just kind of arbitrarily decide where we want the horizon line, I think. Here, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some dark color where that kind of blew up there. That part's fine. Like I said, we need to get some kind of horizon line in there as well. Decide where our ocean's going to be, and I don't want it too far up there, I think. And that just looks like the surf coming in there. I think that's a little better. I'm going to do the same over here. I think that's just the surf coming in there. Alright. That's alright. Alrighty. What I might do is even turn this around on that side to try and get that line. Let's see here. I'm going to start with a kind of smallish one, because I said you don't need a lot of ocean. Most of this can be the sky there, and then the long boat can kind of cut into it. Don't get too far away here. Alright, I don't think that's entirely what anyone would say was straight, but it gives us something to play around with. And we can always straighten it up in the post-op. You know what I need is I need like a gauge. Because the problem is I got this surf here, and I can't tell how high I'm getting up there. I think what I need to do is kind of measure that. Let's see. Oh, we have a ruler. Oh, God, isn't that fancy? All right, now, that side there comes up 7 1/4 inches. And what does this side come up to? So we want this side to come up to 7 1/4 inches. So that's like a whole inch up there. It's like around there. Put my little hand in there. Okay, so that's what we need to make that straight, is for it to be more like here. But now we know this, so somewhere these two shall meet. And we will have a straightish horizon line. Okay. And then this we were going to just probably mess around with anyway. So that part's okay. This part, a little bit, there's a little more oomph to it. And this part can be the kind of where the boats are, the trail from the boats. Okay, that's still some nice colors in there, and a much straighter horizon line. And we might put in some extra like rocks and stuff. I like to get a little more dark in that water. I don't want to destroy this. It's got some beautiful colors that I really don't want to destroy, but I also don't want it quite as light as this. So let's try and get a little dark on each side. Oh, I hate covering up that beautiful green. Alrighty. We'll have to just go on with our lives with that green covered up. Okay. Get a little of this purple in here too. Let's see if we can mix this in there in a way where we get a little more of this dark mixed up in there. Don't want to lose it though, so I might have to do something, swipe it or blow on it or something. Because otherwise it's just going to kind of not be there and yet not be there. I want to swipe into that though. That is so pretty, those colors. Rather not. Just going to kind of mess with this enough. I want to mess with it enough to where it looks like the ocean, obviously. It's not a still lake. It's got stuff going on there, so we don't want it too still. I still want that little bit of dark. I'm going to try it on this side and see if we can't just swipe a little bit of dark in there and then mess around with it a little bit more. If it works on the one side, I'll do it on the other, because this side I don't care as much as the other side. The other side seems nicer, so I care more what I do to it. This is a little bigger for that. Something a little smaller, I think. I just don't know. Hang on. It's one of these sizes. It's still, yeah, it's still a little too big. Let's try this one. I didn't clean this one, but it's the right size, so we'll go ahead and try it. What I should have done is started at the bottom. I started getting it lighter. Oh, shoot. Paint right on there. Okay, I like that better. Then we can mix it in there. All right, let's try that with a little more of this purple on this side. Just do the purple, I think, because I already got the blue on there. So I'm going to try it down low. Okay, yeah, I kind of like that better. I want to mix it around more, just with the stick. But at least it's got more of the dark look to it. Almost got me that time. Not today, acorns. Not today. Steve's off at the moment with his woodworking group touring a kiln, a place where they dry the planks and stuff. So he's off for the morning, then he'll be back at lunchtime. So hence why I'm out here now. That's my main time to get to work on this. Time is it? Oh, not even 11. Ooh, we are rocking it today. Over there. I just want to get in here and kind of make this a little more chaotic. Usually I don't like the chaotic, but today I do, because I want this to look a little like a moving ocean. Okay, a little of this kind of foamy color there. Okay, I think that's better. Alright, so we might do some rocks and then the longboats over in here. These things sort of look like rock formations. I'm thinking that if I add dark to that, that would kind of look like a rock right there. I think I might as well. Let me put some of this. Might get a different lid. Like I said, I don't really have room on this. I'll just use a lid. A little of the purple in there. Just a touch of the violet, maybe. I think off to this side, we'll add a rock formation. Where this thing is right here. We're going to turn this into a big old rock. If I want a little of that dark color right underneath there, we can swipe some in there. That would be okay. Looks like it's floating a bit up there. What might it look like? So if we could just swipe that. Oh, boy, that ended up a little lighter. Well, we'll add some more dark in there. We can do that. The dark shadow underneath there. Got a little more of that in there. I think layering it on with this might be more effective. There we go. I like how there's some wild color still in there. There's a rock. And maybe do another one. Another one over right about where this one is, I think. Just a little rock out here in the distance. Whoop, not as much as that. I'll work that out in just a minute there. And maybe put some smaller rocks out here. And a few smaller rocks out over here too. Some smaller rocks. I'll lift that. I got a little more black in there than I meant to do. Let's take that. Try and scoop some of that out of there. I'll try and shimmy it down when it's not so lethal. There we go. It's not so bad. There we go. All right, there's a couple rock formations. I like those. I think those are fine.